calls stating that you've been out here for hours and hours on end, just trying to check and make sure that you're all right.
Well, this is my mom's house.
Okay.
And I've been made disabled in an accident, so I can't afford internet.
Okay.
So my mom and I don't really get along that well. She knows that I'm here.
Okay.
But I'm not doing anything illegal.
No.
But I will say this. I'm happy actually that somebody showed up. There's a man, I don't know what his problem is, right? Mm-hmm. So I try to make money on TikTok. It's the only thing that I can do because I can barely walk. Yeah. Okay? Mm-hmm. So I try to make money on TikTok. It's the only thing that I can do because I can barely walk. Yeah. Okay? Mm-hmm. And it's like ex-Marine, and I was like, dude, I just asked if you could please just avoid this area so that I could do my job. You know, This is what I'm trying to do with what I can do because I've been made disabled. Here's my cane, right? You can clearly see that. I can do because I've been made disabled. Here's my cane, right? You can clearly see that. And hopefully this is all recorded. I'm happy that you guys showed up because let's just get it on record. First and foremost, and hopefully this is all recorded. I'm happy that you guys showed up because let's just get it on record. First and foremost, I was sexually assaulted, and then I was stalked. This is on record with your station because you guys were supposed to be protecting my mom's home here because I'm here caring for her because she's had a heart attack, she's had her neck fused together, and now she's just had leg surgery, okay? So I'm here all the time. My mother's lived here over 20 years, okay? I've actually lived here before. It's on my previous record.
Okay.
So as I'm sitting here doing absolutely nothing, minding my own business, my mom was in bed and I was doing my TikToks at night when she could sleep. The police got called because I had to drive up. Now, we park on my mom's yard. This is her private property. She's allowed that to happen. The cops pulled up, and because somebody called, some guy drove around here and he yelled out something, and I wasn't paying attention. I was on my live dancing and entertaining my guests so that I could, that's what we do on TikTok.
Okay.
And so he apparently, he tries to get out of his vehicle, which was intimidating because why are you going to step on my mom's property? This is private property. My mom knew I was here.
Are you not home right now?
Yeah, but hold on a second. If you're here, let me just tell you what I've experienced. Just being an average, everyday citizen. Here's my identification, if you'd like, as well. So you can run your records as well. You can see everything that I'm saying. I'm being harassed constantly by the police. So the cops came and I'm not on drugs. I don't drink. I'm a sober person. Have been for years. I never had a problem with anything like that. So when we pulled in the yard, apparently that he thought, oh, well, I got a call on you. Well, the reality is that there's a lot of people in this neighborhood, apparently, especially here lately, that are extremely white. They're white. They have a white supremacist mindset. Okay? Now, we have multiple races in my family. I don't want my nephew to get harassed because he looks maybe like people might be ignorant to say something like Hispanic with what is going on with the now. Okay? But it's this kid, right? Well, no, not that kid. Or I don't know if he's a kid or a man, but I want to file charges against him. Right before you guys pulled up here, this is just today, because this has been ongoing, okay? It's been ongoing. I haven't had internet since December. This is my mom's house. Mm-hmm. There's no yellow curb where I can't park here. I'm not even in the grass this time, because I've now been directed by police officers who said that they had complete impunity to then police my mother's private property, which that's kind of way outside of the line. So instead, they wanted to investigate me. For what? What am I doing wrong? Some children just walked up here and say, hey, are you a private investigator? I said, can you leave me alone, please? Because prior to the kids coming up and saying this, 2 children, okay, a gray dot, I think I gotta be harassed every single day by just being out in the street. I went up here to the gas station to get smokes at about 3:41 in the morning when my mom was asleep, because there's a lot of care that's needed here, okay? Where I'm mopping, cleaning, and it takes me a lot longer because I can't feel my foot. I'm disabled. So I went to the gas station, and there were two civilians. They were in a parked van. They were in the parking lot. I was already heated about something else, but I wasn't taking that out on there. I was mumbling something under my breath. I went into the store and startled the clerk. And I was like, hey, can I get a pack of smokes, you know? And she's disheveled because she was playing a game on her phone. You could hear the little ding, 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 the noise, you know, the sounds. Mm-hmm. No big deal. Not my fucking problem what she's doing at her job. Not my problem. I just wanted my smokes. Well, then she asked for my ID, and I was like, you know, why are you I don't want you to scan it. The reason I said that was because somebody tried to steal my identification in Florida from the gas station scanning it. So I don't want my ID scanned by anybody that's not a government official. That's a gas station, okay? Yeah. So she's like, I'm not gonna sign. She got a little heated. Now, at the time that's going on, this woman that was in the van walks into the store, and she's in my personal space. She's over my shoulder, and she's mumbling shit like, you don't fucking belong here, bitch. Get away from me. And I'm trying to ignore her, handle this. I was like, you know what? I'll take my money somewhere else. Fuck this shit. And I'm going to file a complaint against you for just treating me like shit. Okay? So I walk out of the store, and this same woman, she follows me behind it. There's a man in the van. Okay? Yeah. And him and his child start screaming at me because this person thinks I don't belong there. You know why? Because half of my head is shaved, and I don't identify as a heteronormative person. And I have multiple culturals. I speak 61 different languages. I didn't speak those languages there, you know. Salatamo, como va. I can speak the indigenous languages of those lands because I'm in healing. People think that that's fucking weird. I want people to treat each other right.
All right.
So I called the police, and they threatened to kick me off when somebody told me.
All right.
When somebody told me, though, I'm just saying, when somebody told me that you want your other leg to match that one, I'm a disabled person. And so a civilian, and then the police threatened to arrest me. When I called for police backup because somebody wanted to actually cause me physical harm, bodily harm. Now this is a stand your ground state. I want to press charges against the man. He's a man. I think that his mentality is probably not that bright. And he's on a little mini moped. He's threatened me, and then he just stood over there and said, if you're threatening kids, I'm in my car. Those children presented themselves to me, and I stated to leave me alone. Please leave me alone.
Okay. I'll give you an incident read.
Please do. And I want to file charges against that guy because he's threatened me more than once.
What does he look like?
He's on a, can I step out of here real quick? Because my leg is cramping up so bad. He's on a miniature red... he's on a miniature red moped, and he looks like he's like ginger haired, and he's got a real scruffy beard. He was wearing a black cap, and he's got one of those, almost like what you guys use for your badges, like one of those little ball chains. Okay. And when he pulled it out, it's a fake badge, I think. Yeah. So he's kind of acting like he's police, or he's acting like he's military. And I don't know his case. I don't care. I told him 2 or 3 days ago when he was harassing me again, and he rides with these guys here, so they might know who he is. Okay. He told me that that he's like, I'm a Marine. Did you just threaten me? I said, I threatened to call the police on you for harassing me. Okay. That's what I did.
What did he look like?
I'm describing that. He's got like reddish kind of curlyish hair.
There you go.
A funky kind of half grown out beard. Mm-hmm. That truck plate number that I gave you as well, they also, pulled up and harassed me. They pulled up in a different vehicle the morning before, because I'm fairly certain, because I recognized the woman. And they're like, and they demanded that I respond to them. Like, I don't have to respond to them. You guys are the cops. I don't have to respond to just random people pulling up and preventing my freedom of movement. That is a conflict against my Fourth Amendment rights. Okay? So that's what's happening here. My Fourth Amendment rights to freedom of movement and freedom from being harassed, from being a woman, from being multicultural, being multi-ethnic, being disabled, is getting me nothing but harassment. And my mother has lived here for over 23 fucking years.
Gotcha.
I lived here before. When you look at my records, you'll find this address as my address.
All right, so we're going to continue with our investigation.
I want that guy because he's threatening, and he said the phrase, if you're hurting kids. This is because a woman wears a hat. You know, I trained with the Marines when I was young. I'm a law-abiding citizen. I don't even have a freaking speeding ticket, for fuck's sake, okay? I don't even have any of these things. But I can just sit here in a legally parked zone and be fucking threatened and harassed, and I'm getting no support. So I appreciate that you guys came out here to check on me.
Yep.
But the reality is that they're using the phone, and they're using government officials and conspiring against my Fourth Amendment rights, which in this country and in this state is a felony. Because I know my law. So that guy there saying that trope that if I'm hurting kids, people are so ignorant that they think that I'm transsexual. I don't identify as transsexual. I'm not transsexual. Not that it's anybody's business, but this is what's going on in this community. I'm being harassed by looking different, by walking different. And then I'm being harassed by minors, which I'm sorry, but their parents need to know that they can just walk up. They think that it's okay to just walk up to a stranger and start conversing with me, and then a person can sit there and claim to be witness to me hurting kids. That's impossible. I would never hurt a single person. I believe in the value of life.
Have you ever thought about going inside your mom's driveway?
I can't reach the internet there, and I don't.
Okay.
Why would I need to move? There's
Just
other.
because this is a pretty busy intersection.
Yeah, but look up and down. The same roads are exactly the same width. Look at all those vehicles that are parked up and down there. Some people sit in their vehicles. So what is it gonna like? I just really want to know why
If you
I
feel
have
as
to be
if
like
that you're being
pushed.
harassed, I'm
But
just saying
it
maybe
doesn't
you
matter
might
if
want to
it's-
move.
No, I'm not gonna move. I don't need to.
You don't have to.
Because it's preventing my freedom of movement.
All right.
That's it. That's encroaching on my rights as a citizen.
You can say where you want to say, but I think people coming up to you and talking to you may be one of those things where it's going to continuously
Well, then I'll
happen.
continue to press charges of
All right.
harassment,
Yep.
and I'll have them investigated because they need to find some business to go mine.
Okay. All right. Well, let me get that
Respectfully.
all set and put away so that you can get a call from one of our detectives. All right?
Fantastic.
Yep.
Thank you. Have a good day. Harassed again by the police. Harassed again by the police. It's all on record. There's one cop, and another one just left. So that you know I'm not lying. Every single day. This is what your vote did. And then this goes out to all those family members who voted for this too, who are quiet and who are not supporting people that have to stand up for themselves because you didn't do the fucking work and you refused to. This is what I'm going through because of how I was treated, because I'm healing and sharing unconditional love in the community. This is what I have to go through almost daily. I'll be uploading this to the YouTube now, and all that's on record with them as well. And I'm going to keep fighting to exist because they designed this fucking society to attack families and marriages, to fucking humiliate anybody who doesn't go along with their fucking brainworm plans. I hope they pull that kid over and find that he's using a fake badge. This is absolutely ridiculous. And then the cop's like, well, maybe you should go there. No, I'm going to stand my ground because I'm not doing anything illegal. It is not my fucking problem that other people are conspiring against my constitutional rights to freedom of movement, which is a felony. Now I will continue to press charges about anybody who wants to keep fucking around. This will be uploaded to YouTube immediately.